Unit 8, Lesson 10. We've been talking all about quadrilaterals, triangles, different rules about their angles, about their sides. Today we're going to sort polygons. Remember, that's that fancy, schmancy mathematician way to say shapes. We're going to talk about ways to sort polygons by their angles. We're going to focus on their angles first. And there's three kinds of angles. There's a right angle, 90 degrees. There's an obtuse angle, which is larger, obtuse, obese, bigger than 90 degrees. And then there's an acute triangle, which is cute and small and smaller than 90 degrees. So we're looking at which of these figures up here have one or more acute angles. Well, let's look at them. Does A have any acute angles? No, because those are all right angles, or 90 degrees. Does B have an acute angle? Yes. Right here and right here. It says one or more. Here's three acute angles. Here's an acute angle. Here's an acute angle. Here's an acute angle. Here's an acute angle. Acute. Acute. No? Yeah, I think so. Acute. 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 So, several. B, C, D, E, F, G, and H all have one or more angle that is 90 degrees or less. So we could sort those polygons into that category. Which figures have one or more right angles? This one is a little easier because it has a symbol that screams at you that says, I am a right angle. So there's only three figures here. A, obviously. I hear you saying it. E and G. Nice work. Which figures have one or more obtuse angles? I find that obtuse angles are the harder ones to see. Feel free to turn your paper around and kind of look at it that way. And remember, always use like the side of your paper to make a right angle to see if it goes past it. But B definitely has an obtuse angle. D has a couple of obtuse angles. F has an obtuse angle. G has an obtuse angle. And let me show you what these obtuse angles are. So right here is an obtuse angle. Right here and right here is an obtuse angle. Right here is an obtuse angle. I believe that this is an obtuse angle, and this is an obtuse angle. And in H, it would be right here. So you see, obtuse is greater than 90 degrees, and it doesn't have to be in a designated spot. It can be anywhere in the quadrilateral or triangle. Which figure has both acute angles and right angles? Well, I see two figures, E and G, have both acute and right angles. Which figures have both acute angles and obtuse angles? Well, A, no. B, yes. Acute, obtuse, acute. Acute, acute, obtuse, obtuse. E would not work on this one. F would work because this is acute, this is acute, this is obtuse, this is obtuse. So these two are obtuse. This is obtuse. That's acute, right here. This is acute, obtuse, acute. I think this one's obtuse. So you're a lot of them. B, D, F, G, and H. So there are different ways to sort our polygons other than just quadrilaterals and triangles. You can also do it by their angles. But another way you can do it is by their sides. Now, these are the exact same polygons that were on page 333. These polygons, now we're going to sort them by their sides. And the first way to do that is if they have perpendicular sides or not. And perpendicular, remember, looks like this. They have two sides that meet at a 90-degree angle. So it's real easy to see that A, E, and G are figures that have perpendicular sides. Which figures have exactly one pair of opposite sides parallel? I believe that there are two, D and G, and we would call that polygon trapezoids. Yep. Which figures have two pairs of opposite sides parallel? Well, any of our parallelograms will work on this one, but A and F both have two pairs of opposite sides parallel. Which figures have both parallel and perpendicular lines? I see A and G, because on A, not only is this perpendicular, but this and this are parallel. Which figures have no parallel and no perpendicular sides? B, C, and H. Because D has parallel lines, has one pair of parallel lines. There are many other ways that you can sort polygons. This is two of the most known ways, and they're pretty straightforward. It's by their sides, and their angles. And this is just really good practice for you to identify those harder angles and those harder looking sides. I hope you enjoyed my short little movie on sorting polygons by sides and by angles.